Hannah, I can see that there's a lot of pressure that you hold on your shoulder right now. So, which of this pressure that you consider as the heaviest among all these pressures? And how do you handle it?
The heaviest pressure. Well, you know what? Actually, I was feeling the pressure leading up to today, but then when I walked in and saw all of your faces, it reminded me that there's so many people that have my back. So no matter what happens, you're all still going to be there for me. So that pressure legit went off my shoulders as I walked that red carpet. I don't feel the pressure, like as we say, Philippines is a powerhouse in pageantry, and that in itself is a bit of pressure. But for me, I'm really seeing that as my biggest motivation, and I'm just so excited to go on November 30 and finally wear the Philippines sash.
That's fantastic, and congratulations once again, and good luck to you.
Thank you, Paul.
Sorry po.
Hi, Hannah. Good afternoon. Robert from Manila. First question, what can you promise to all the pageant fans out there, especially those who are rooting for you?
Sorry, what can
you promise?
Promise? Well, I can promise a really beautiful national costume by Sir Manny Halasan. And I can promise a very beautiful evening gown by Sir Leo Almadal. And a very beautiful swimsuit by Dia Ali, by Justina Aliman. And I can promise that I will be training my hair and makeup with help from Jonas Lucas, Jessie, Elaine, Shello, Florence. Yes, I can promise that all of their teamwork and their love for me, that will be there on the international stage with me. So I'm very grateful for all of them there.
For my last question. Within 4 years, what were some of your realizations before you go to the finals of Miss International?
Sorry?
What did you realize?
What did I realize?
Within the 4 years of preparation, well, waiting for the Miss International pageant, what were some of your realizations?
Yes, well, I've said this many times, like Nicole said, that what I was telling her was just be yourself. You know, honestly, in 2019, I think I was trying to be really fierce because, as we know, there was another crown under Binibini that time. So we were all trying to be that fierce girl, the girl that could bring back a back-to-back from Ati Catriona. So I was trying to mold myself to be someone else. But then, as time went on, I realized if I'm just myself, if I'm enjoying, that's going to show on stage. People will truly love me. I will enjoy every moment. And as a judge myself in pageantry, I see that in the girls when they're enjoying and being themselves. So that's my biggest realization. When you join pageantry, be yourself and remember why you joined.
Thank you. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you, Paul.
Next.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Jay Pagaw for Malayan Business Insight. I remember the first time you joined in Pilipinas. I met you at the arcade here at the Arena near Green Gate, and coincidentally, Esther's son was there. Yes, and it's been quite a while. So I was just wondering. Now that finally you are going to Miss International, did you experience, and how many times did you experience some moments of frustration because of what has been happening for those uncertain times?
Wow, well, I definitely can't count that on my fingers. There is a lot of frustrating times where I was upset and thought about giving up, honestly. But again, I remember the people that have given up so much of their time to help me, even since 2018. My amazing glam team, my stylist, my friends, my camp. the fact that they didn't give up in me, I realized I shouldn't give up in myself. And what I did to get through this, my mom also told me, just look in the mirror and remind myself that I am beautiful and God is always with me. So that's how I got through those moments of frustration.
And it gave you the longer time to prepare. I think that should be an advantage.
Yes.
Speaking of advantage, how do you put into advantage combining science and pageantry as you go on to the international stage?
Yes, well, what I love about science is that when you're about to start an experiment, you're thinking of your end goal. You come up with a hypothesis of what you want to happen. And if it doesn't work out, you go back and you fix the equation, you fix the bits and pieces you were putting into the experiment. So just like in pageantry, I had that end goal in mind, the crown and the platform. And when it didn't work out the first time, or when things don't go as planned, I go back and reevaluate the equation or change some things, and then eventually I would get that goal. So I think science and pageantry are very similar. You have to work towards the little equations and bits and pieces to get that final boom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bring home the second question.
Thank you.
And from this corner of the ballroom, we have a question from
Ethan Concepcion from Manila Standard. Hello.
Doon.
Sige, sorry.
Okay, Bashu. We had you know how much you love me. For us, you're always the perfect woman, perfect Filipina beauty. Hannah, my first question, what's the best advice did you get from your mom and from your dad?
From my mom and dad. Actually, I realized I said this back in my 2019 introduction, that the best advice they gave me is that actions speak louder than words. So, you know, if you're going to promise something, make sure you really show it, put your 100% physically into it. And yes, that was really the biggest motivational thing they told me. Actions speak louder than words.
What about from your dad?
Oh yes, that's from both of them. As you can see, my dad is not a man of many words.
Last question, with Hannah. How important are your fans, particularly Hannah's, for you? And what's your message for them?
Yes, well, I think there are some Hanabis outside the doors. They're waiting. Like you said, they really are so important in this journey. If it wasn't for them believing in me back in 2019, I wouldn't have thought about joining again. Because that really, when I didn't win actually in 2019, I walked out the Coliseum and all of my Hanabis were there waiting. And that's when I realized, with or without a crown, they're still going to be there for me, and they want to listen to what I have to share. They're going to help me with my advocacies. So up until now, my Hanabis is still here, and I'm so grateful that they didn't leave. They're still in the group chats. They still like and share everything. So they're really so important in the pageant journey, and I'm grateful to be their queen bee, as they say. So I really hope all the Hanabis will keep on praying for me, and we'll vote on November 13th.
Hannah, this one is for your dad.
Oh my God.
For you to wear in Japan. Good luck. Best of
Thank
luck.
you so much. Oh, finally I have my own necktie. I've been so jealous of all the send-offs. Thank you, Sir Ito. Thank you.
Hannah, congratulations. You're very radiant, and I see our next Miss International in you. Nakausap ko si Tayo ko sa and she foresees the 7th Miss International in you. What are your thoughts about it?
Oh, wow. Coming from Kylie, our 6th Miss International from the Philippines, that's truly a big heartwarming thing to hear. She's truly an inspiration, and as we can see, she's still advocating at the moment. She's still being such a queen, and I really hope I can be like her. When people tell me they see that new crown on me, it brings me butterflies, goosebumps, and yeah, the biggest motivation ever. But I do hope that if I don't come back with the crown, I hope you still all love me and still support me on my next endeavors. But I hope to bring it back.
You will bring it back.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much. And for our last question, we have one more on the floor.
Good afternoon, Hannah. My name is Kim from the Daily Tribune. So my only question is, who and what motivates you to win the 7th Miss International Crown to the Philippines?
Ooh, well, who is definitely everyone here in the room, those watching online, my family, the Hannahs, honestly, everyone who has ever smiled at me, that truly, truly motivates me. And what motivates me is my advocacy, that I'm doing this for the future generations, for quality education, for investment in science. That is why I'm here, that is why I wanted to join Pageantry and have this platform. So again, thank you so much to everyone who has ever smiled at me, said a positive thing to me, because that's truly my love language, positive affirmations. So I appreciate it so, so much.
Thank you and good luck. Take care.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kim. Thank you very much, Hannah. And salamat. Mabuhay. Salamat sa inyo, mga kaibigan natin sa media. Thank you very much for